Life doesn't always go the way we plan. One phone call can change everything. One accident, one layoff, one betrayal, and suddenly the ground beneath you feels like it's crumbling. So how do we prepare for a world that's unpredictable, messy, and sometimes downright cruel? The answer might come from a philosophy born over 2,000 years ago, Stoicism. Think about this. Nobody cries when the rain starts falling. Why? Because we expect it. We know weather can't be controlled. Sure, it's inconvenient if you get caught without an umbrella, but nobody screams at the sky. The storm passes and the sun eventually returns. Now imagine if we applied that same mindset to the rest of life's storms, the breakups, the disappointments, the failures. That's what the Stoics taught. Don't just prepare for sunshine, prepare for the rain. One of the strangest yet most powerful Stoic practices is called voluntary discomfort. It sounds extreme, but it's simple. Sleep on the floor when you have a perfectly good bed. Take cold showers when hot water is available. Eat plain food when you could eat something delicious. Why? Because when you expose yourself to discomfort on purpose, you stop being afraid of it. You realize that even without luxuries, you can survive and even thrive. That resilience becomes armor for the unpredictable chaos of life. Here's the trap of modern life. Ads, social media, and culture keep whispering, "You're not enough until you buy this, achieve that, or look like them." But Stoicism flips that script completely. Happiness doesn't come from the outside, your car, your house, your followers, or even your relationships, because all of that can be taken away. True contentment comes from the inside, from how you think, how you act, and how you face whatever life throws at you. This leads to the cornerstone of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. You can't control the economy, your boss's mood, or whether your video goes viral. But you can control your effort, your choices, and your perspective. Think about it. If you focus only on what you can control, you'll never be shaken by what you can't. Imagine a sailor caught in rough seas. He can't command the ocean, but he can control his ship. That's the Stoic mindset. Take Nelson Mandela. Locked away for 27 years, he had every reason to become bitter, hateful, or vengeful. Instead, he chose forgiveness. Why? Because he understood what was within his control, his own thoughts and actions, and refused to hand that power over to anyone else. Or consider Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who wrote his meditations in the middle of wars and plagues. With the weight of an empire on his shoulders, he reminded himself daily, "Focus on what you can do today. Let go of what you can't." That's not just philosophy, it's survival. At its core, Stoicism rests on 4 virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom is seeing reality clearly and choosing your responses. Courage is doing the right thing, even when it's hard. Temperance is resisting excess and practicing balance. And justice is treating others fairly, remembering we're all in this together. These aren't abstract ideas, they're tools. Every tough situation you face is a chance to use one of these virtues like a weapon. But here's the twist. Stoicism isn't the only worldview out there. Some people lean toward nihilism, the belief that nothing has meaning. Others drift into cynicism, assuming everyone is selfish. And plenty of us fall into apathy, where we know life has meaning, but we just don't care. Stoicism offers something radically different. It says yes, the world is chaotic, and yes, suffering is inevitable. But we can still create a good life, not by denying pain, but by mastering our response to it. Modern psychology echoes this. Therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy or logotherapy are basically Stoicism repackaged. They teach that it's not events themselves that destroy us, but the stories we tell ourselves about those events. When you zoom out far enough, you realize we're just temporary arrangements of atoms, part of a universe constantly shifting. That can feel scary, before it can feel liberating. Because if life is short and unpredictable, then every moment becomes more precious. The Stoics also warn against getting trapped by your ego, that little voice that says, "I need more, I deserve more, I'm nothing unless I succeed." If you've ever chased recognition online, you know how empty that can feel. But when you let go of ego and focus instead on your character, your honesty, your discipline, your courage, you become untouchable. So why does Stoicism matter today? Because the world will always surprise us. Pandemics, layoffs, heartbreaks, accidents, they're not glitches in the system, they are the system. Life doesn't owe us fairness or comfort. But here's the key. We don't control what happens, only how we respond. And if we can master that, if we can embrace wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice, we can walk through the storms of life with calm, with strength, and with peace. At the end of the day, we can't control how long we live, but we can control how well we live. And that's the Stoic way. If you found this perspective helpful, take a second today to practice it. Expect the unexpected. Choose your response. And remember, the most powerful freedom you'll ever have is the freedom to control yourself.